Hey, it's me, Treasure Show, and I'm finally doing another episode. And it's been a longish time since I actually last recorded, which is why a lot of things changed. I actually went and did a little bit of a single-player survival between this episode and the next one, which also kind of resulted in a lot of things, and probably guess at what might have changed during that time. This episode, we still have a problem. There is a base located on, I think, this mountaintop over here, and I need to actually take it out. And I've decided unless something really bad happens, I don't want to risk just going out there by myself. And it's not as exciting as, say, building a gunship in order to fight it in. I do have a design that I already want to use. In fact, I guess it could go here. Let's just build this real quick, and I'll show you what I have been planning, or what I intend on building. It's this thing, and basically what it is it's a small grid, a really small grid fighter for atmosphere, and it's not super maneuverable, but it gets the job done, basically. And what I want to do is try to print something like this off, and I can probably build a 3D printer or set up a crane setup to construct it. And hopefully I don't have to sustain too many attacks while I wait. I'm going to set up a very, 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 very temporary rig for printing off the mite. Because I think... Oh, that was weird. Oh, that's you. I could die if that happens, and I don't want to die. That would be a little unnecessary there. So yeah, Okay. I think if I add a junction here or here, I could then extend out a printing arm. And it wouldn't be covered by the decoys anymore, but I think that's fine. So, yeah, let's do this. There we go. So, that's the piston arm, and I'm going to want to put a welder on the end of this. Anyway, this should be all I need. A large grid welder should be able to do so much more. What I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to extend this out a bit, and I'm going to probably come up with a mechanism to actually print off this thing. So what I'm going to do is here and here are going to be filled in, and I'm going to put in a motor. And the motor, well, it's not really a motor, it's called a rotor. I can just put that there and attach a different head. Unfortunately, I don't have build-in vision. I should have installed build vision, but I didn't for some reason. Like a derp. This one, I'm going to rename this rotor printer. There we go. Then we'll just attach a small head to it. And that's going to give, which, if I recall correctly, I should probably move this out a bit. So displacement should be 11 so that it doesn't clang. If I recall correctly, the way this works is like this. The side that has two strips is the side that is forward, and then the 4-strip side is the top. I could have gotten that backwards. Either way, now I can probably properly configure this. I'll just go and set this up, and I'll likely put a control panel here so that I can actually properly configure this. Yeah, I think that makes sense. and I will use this to spawn in the mite. So just give me a few moments to set that up, and hopefully I don't get attacked while I'm in menus, because that would be frustrating. So see you then. You know what? Let me just do this. I'm going to widen the array that I'm going to use to print with, which means I'm going to have to get rid of these. But that's fine. This is just a power line, basically. So that's just a power line. If it gets shot, it gets shot. But right now, I don't have to worry about that. So I think I can probably get away with making this thing work a little better if I just increase the amount of drills. Well, drills, I need to grab the grinder. They've put these all in one block. Let me just put on 2 welders this way, and that'll cover the entire thing, I think. So I won't have to worry. So I can just build these one at a time. So I'm just going to go and just call this welders. I'm just going to call this the hodgepodge welders because this is a very hodgepodge setup, and I could set it up with help others, but I don't know if that's necessary. I mean, I suppose it does lower the lag a little, so yeah, I'll set that to help others. And is there anything that I might be forgetting that's going to cause me pain if I don't do it right away? I'm going to move the projection forward by 2 blocks. I'm just going to say 10. I'm going to just feel more comfortable if I do it this way. And that's just going to allow it to build very quickly. That's just going to guarantee that's within its sphere of influence. So now I'm just going to start it. So hodgepodge welders, you guys are going to be on. Oh, that has way more range. And now I just gotta keep an eye on my inventory as this is going on. It seems to be working properly. Okay, that's promising. So now I'm just going to take the speed and 0.2, but reverse that. So now it's going to move super slowly, and this should print out a ship by the end of it. I shouldn't stand too close because I'll get injured, but that should take care of most of the welding on this. And this thing, yeah. Yeah, this is everything I could have dreamed it would be. Now I just need to watch very closely my inventory. Also, oh, I understand what's going on. I think this got shot. Okay. That's why that was stuck. There we go. It should be able to unload now. Looks like... Nope, it's not the base, but I'm noticing some imperfections here. Looks like I just don't have the motors for everything. I'm going to pause this. Ow! So we're just gonna turn this off. So what seems to be going on is that I don't have the motors. So let's just turn this entire system off and take a look here. Yeah, well, no, we're missing construction components. Of all things, it's the construction components we're missing. Okay. And that means that these have the motors and everything. So we're out of construction components, apparently. Yeah, no construction components. Okay. That's unexpected. Oh, I barely have construction components queued up. Construction components should be more like 2,000 at any given time. Please tell me that it's queued up. A little bit. We're waiting for other resources, but yeah. So I guess I need to just resolve other problems. So I'm just going to hit the stop button, and I'm going to change the command to expose, because what I'm going to do is I have like a tool, and I think it's simple PB memory accessor, and this is a script that I wrote. As you can tell, it was done in MDK. All it does is allow me to edit the use my custom data and to store and retrieve the thing. So if I do this, yeah, that's a lot of data. I'm just going to close that, and I'm just going to put Pam back in, and I'm just going to tell it to resume its job, because that's what I want it to do. And this is just going to be, I'm going to make periodic updates to this, but basically I'm just going to put it in here, and this is just all of the PAM data, and I'll be able to just replace this. If it dies, I have a backup I can restore from. I really just need to finish this. So let's just turn this back on and observe the last of it. I just need to double check, make sure the base hasn't shown itself. It's got about an hour. Yes. This isn't going to take very long. Oh! Oh, that looks... it's almost done. What are we missing? Motors. Have we actually run out of motors? Oh, that's funny. We ran out of motors. So I need motors. And then once the motors are in... oh, it's putting them all in here. Okay. There we go. I think that's the mine completely furnished with all of its stuff. So we're just gonna tell this to continue to retract. I'm going to check under here. I'm going to try to do a little bit of an inspection. That's still the Serenity. Ow! That hurt. Also, I saw inside for a little bit. So my plan then is I'm going to have to make a docking port specifically for this. I'm thinking, what if I just extend it off of this? I could probably have another dock, but just extend it off of this so that it's kind of set up. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to extend this outwards a bit and then have a dock that goes directly out in the back. I might want to raise this just a little bit. I could just do like that. As soon as I see movement there, I'm going to have to make my move. So HUD stays up for this bit. Yep, fleeting rival. Let's see if I can get some ammo this way. Ahaha, bullet trails. Oh, it's shooting at the base. Why is it shooting at the base? Specifically, it ignored everything but the base. You know when I said that I had to make a backup in order to be able to replace Sumo? Yeah. Well, I'm missing a battery here, aren't I? That was a place for a second battery. I'm missing a battery and missing a thruster on two sides. Well, surprise, conducting repairs. It's like the moment I decide that, like, okay, I think I really need to just use my memory tool and get a backup. This happens. Oh well, at least I have like a previous version I can just revert to at any time. But that's sad. That's just frustrating. Anyway, this looks... I can salvage this and get this to barely functional levels, I think. It's just... This is just going to be a very hacky repair job. It's just going to be hacked back together with what I have available, I think. Honestly, that's probably the best I could give it, rather than just melting it down and replacing it, but geez, I did not expect this. Let's just put down a programmable block right here. I think if I go to the custom data, I still have it in my clipboard, so I don't have to go and fetch it. And then I can get the memory accessor, store, recompile, there we go. And then I just take PAM, fatal setup error. Let me see, remote is missing. Okay. So I need to just put on a remote control, and I also forgot side strafe. That's actually fine. I can set up the side strafe first. We get a new brain. There we go. Job pause, ready to dock. Yes. This is why I made the backup. Also, I'm going to have to just put this manually then. I'm just going to do this manually. It's going to try to have to recharge its batteries because it's at 50% charge. Ugh. That's not great. We are out of iron. I need this thing to start moving again. I'm not going to be able to attack if I have to draw ammo out from my turrets. Although I suppose it could be like a worthwhile risk. Okay, well I'm going to build this then. And it should just have ammo put directly into its guns if I do that. Then I just grind this off and hope I don't get crushed. There we go. That should be built. Then I can... yeah, get the connector set up. So this is a toggle on off and this is a switch lock. And then 9 just is for battery. Now what I can do is here, I can turn these on again. So let's just turn on these welders. And then I can just rotate and just get it to repair this. Have no guns yet, so yeah, but if I move this and park it here, if I just park this here, what will happen is hopefully it will take bullets and not the oops. Okay, that's just wrong button. Wrong button. There we go. Now we lock. Now we're docked. And hopefully I can get some iron soon. Speaking of iron though, it's not just iron that I need. Also need ice. How are we doing on that? We still got quite a bit of ice. I think that's fine then. Got quite a bit of ice. We're just low on iron and stone. Sumo is back up and running. All I had to do was replace a brain. Thank goodness I made that back up. That's kind of ridiculous that how that worked out, huh? At least I made it less painful. Also, that's an assert thrush. Hopefully that doesn't send the drones after me. Because I know for a fact those things can. But since I'm getting antenna signal, I'm guessing that maybe I'm safe. Let's see. Is it continuing or is it throwing an error? Still currently unloading. Which tells me that one of the conveyor ports is destroyed somewhere. Oh, they did it again. Okay. That is actually kind of funny. Now I can take off again. That was slowing things down. Kind of concerned that maybe it's damaging its own base that way. And that I might have to do something about that. I suppose if it continues to happen, I can just put a welder underneath and have it repair the connector. Yeah, that's not, hopefully not a problem. Let's just, again, let's do this. It's not being filled for some reason. That's not showing me that there isn't a connection, which is bothersome. Let's do it this way and just say... Also, we're finally getting at some resources again. Yeah, I can't fit anything through this, so that tells me that there's a broken conveyor. Yeah, there's a reason why it doesn't work, and it has nothing to do with the mite. I was worried that I was making a similar mistake, and I was. So anyone who has watched my last episode knows that I sometimes make really stupid mistakes, and this is one of them, but at least it's not as obvious as the last time I made a mistake like that. What happened last episode was that I just failed to even set up the connection in the first place. What happened here was I set up a connection, but neglected to remember that it was a one-way connection. So I have to actually reconnect everything, which isn't a big deal. I can actually do that without much difficulty. And so long as that observer leaves me alone, I should be able to do that quickly and efficiently. Oh, that might be more. No, that's still 4. Just watching that. If anything starts flying over, it's kind of already too late, because it'll be shooting at the wrong thing. We'll just do this. There we go. Now if I check the special container, Wrong special. Yep, that's everything. So now I can start modifying this. I'm just gonna leave it like that. Yeah, I'd say that's probably as good as I'm going to make it. So I'm just going to probably copy this and put it in a text file for me to use later. Yeah, it's sunrise. So now I just need ammo. I mean, this is why I like this planet. Just look at that. Sorry, it was just too breathtaking. I needed to catch it. Ah, it's nickel that I don't have. How much for a single one of these? 5? Ugh, it's nickel. Okay. So I'd have to actually go ahead and mine nickel. Well then. I'm going to mine a little bit of nickel just so that we have a little bit of dedicated nickel. So I'm really hoping that I'm not going to get attacked. But I know that I'm not at all that lucky. So yeah. So I'll just see you when I have got the ammo and I'm ready to attack, or I am stranded down under here because a drone decided to attack right as I was mining. Okay, I grabbed just a little bit of nickel. And it looks like I am actually processing the nickel. And I'm able to... It looks like... Yep. Yeah. That's a lot faster. Okay. I should have this ready in no time. I think it's time. This makes me nervous, but this is how it is. We are off. Oh, I'm shooting something. Okay, I remember where it was. This should be fine. I forgot to attach a camera to the front like I said I would. Let's just be super slow. Be patient. Wait for an antenna signal to come up. And then right when it... Wait, I see it. That's it, isn't it? No, it's not. Oh, there's a fleeting rival. Okay, well I found it. I'm... Okay, if I fly above it, I should be safe. 2 fleeting rivals. I think they're giving away the base's location. Both of these must be the disabled ones. Okay, this gives me a good metric to try to attack the base with. I just want to be above. I want death from above. Oh, there it is. So see that tiny speck of blue? Yeah, the observer's right there. Just slow down. Probably do this. Come on. Oh, I'm taking a little bit of damage. I've disabled it. But I'm going to have to make a pass. I wonder if I can disable this thing entirely. Okay, I'm just taking hits for no good reason. Yeah, it's just... Well, it's definitely dealing damage because I see it. Okay. I think I've backed off a bit. How bad is the damage? Purely cosmetic. Good. So I'd say this was a success. I even took a couple direct hits, and I'm fine. I think I managed to disable the base. But without a camera, I can't be super certain of that. But maybe I can zoom in using the scope. Oh yeah, that's definitely disabled. You can tell by the sparking, the antenna's been cut off. And those fleeting rivals, they're no threat to us. Just gotta remember to stay clear of the enemy base though. Okay, this is not slowing down very quickly. Okay, that was a little dangerous. Also, yeah, that's why it has two conveyors set up like that, because it could potentially break that way. That's kind of weird. So, yeah, we managed to actually successfully get rid of some enemies. So now I should be... Oh, that's so easy to do. So easy to mess up. This thing does not have a lot of upwards thrust, so cutting thrust for very long just ruins it. Maybe don't want to have my weapon selected. Let's just get docked. Can't believe the most damage that I took was damage that was self-inflicted. On the trip home, no less. Yeah, though, that's just... Oh. Well, of course. Haha. Yeah, of course it would self-repair that. I'm happy. Well, that was... Well, oh, of course I can't pull from that. I just want to get a spare plate so that I can do this. Now I should have some relative peace. But yeah, this thing was able to... well... Yeah, basically all I can say is, yeah, this thing is awesome. I'm really excited that I managed to get that to work. I want to produce a little bit more ammo there, because I'm going to want actual ammo for the turrets, just as an in case scenario. And yeah, so this episode I managed to build this, wait out an entire day, which was way more time than I intended to spend on this, and I took this thing out in battle and it worked exactly as I hoped it would. I'll probably build a player-driven miner and start actually mass mining some resources that this thing really isn't good for getting. So, I'll see you then.